Well, hello and welcome to FPL Top Dogs Ballyhaunis. Just the game week 8 review, episode 10. And yeah, absolutely epic weekend, I suppose. At Tottenham on Sunday, watching the Jacksonville Jaguars beating Buffalo Bills. Um, had last year's Christy Nicholson winner, Rory The Mission Harford, excuse me. A few of his buddies, told them all about his buddies about the Christy Nicholson League, and they're all fascinated about it. We'll talk more about that later on for next year. So we'll have new people for next year from in and around Dublin and Kildare. Great posse. Great to meet up in London town with the lads on the Friday. It was a Saturday, it was Friday, yeah. Was it Friday or Saturday? No, it was Saturday night. It was that good of a night. Yeah, I went to some amazing Irish pub in Islington, Haringey sort of area, Tollington Road, in and around there. Off Holloway Road. Yeah, I used to work at Holloway Road in the pub. Um, that was Irish pub, good stuff. Yes, it's like a pretty homely, spirity place for myself. A lot of time I've spent in and around those haunts and around Holloway Road and Archway a bit further up. So good stuff. We'll do the game week 8 review. And generally, I wish um Morris, I say it was his Clinton Morris, or what is for Calvin Morris, whatever his name, needed him to do something against Burnley at home in game week 7, but I got a bit of a green arrow. Could have been a lot better. Captained him, and I had Haaland. Got away with that one. Haaland's blanked, and this game week just gone. Son's blanked against Luton. 6 points. I had Salah, and that's just the crux of it, really. It's massive. Just the decisions aren't going right this season. I think it was right to go against Haaland for these few games, but he's not going to blank every game. And I think this game week 9 is the last chance we have. Those that have ditched Haaland completely. He has not had a price drop yet from 14.1. It's a lot of wondering what's going on there. He's been dropped by loads of people, but they've been mainly 4 million plus overall. So it's possibility there that the powers that be know this, and they're not going to drop the price because the main players this season are no intention. But got away with it. We get Arsenal away, tough game, City winning it, but Haaland's blanked again. Well marshalled, I think, by Dawson against Wolves, and then well marshalled against Saliba as getting all the plaudits. And they seem to have worked out City a bit. City always have a bit of a slump around this time, Champions League, and especially at the beginning of the season, Spurs beating them early on the beginning of last season. They are prone to this now. They've lost, I think, is this the third game they've lost? I'm not definitely Wolves, and the one just gone. They could have just lost 3 now at this stage. So that's a loss, but we all know that City do what they do. They win 18 games in the trot, then they win the league. It's just at the crunch end of the season with May, these teams seem to just steamroll and just win through. And they can do it. And if they're a couple of points ahead at March, it's very hard to claw that back. But enough rambling. So yeah, the Haaland thing, I was right to get off him at the right time. And I think this game week 9, after the international break, like just when you're getting a taste for FPL, the game, the people with form, you get into a sort of strategy, you get into a rhythm. The international break comes along and destroys the whole lot. The rhythm, you get suspensions or you get injuries, you get guys coming late back. from their traveling. Something's been disrupted. There's been a natural event. Nobody can get out of Greece, Italy, uh, Timbuktu, and it's just all over the shop. And then now we have another one to contend with three terrible international breaks. It's a total bore, especially if you're an Ireland fan. You've got no way out of this stuff. You got 2 years of just like watching others profit at your expense. It used to not be like that in the 90s, trust me, in the 80s and 90s. Really proud team back then. But we have the rugby, and in Tollington, it was called the Faltering Fullback. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. It's on the Google and the internet. No, oh, you're Irish, you gotta go here. Yeah, I went there. It's all right, like good music. Um, I played all the stereotypical Irish stuff. Oh, I've been there for like 20 years. I know what it's all about. Enjoyable. It was okay. It was fine. It's okay, but there was a few others. It's just way over the top, but it was okay. It was good to feel like that. And Scotland never had a chance. Um, Actually, the pub we watched it on was the Park Tavern in Tollington. We had to go to the fullback later on in the game when the game was over and everyone cleared out. But good music at the end. It was worth going. Great time. We had the Christy Nicholson presentation in the Park Tavern as well. I'll show a few pictures. Um, and we had the celebration. It's just great. This Christy Nicholson thing. I'm so proud of the top three guys. Or the fourth, the Kirk Clapp Memorial Cup winner, can be included. The fifth is like it's a great position. Fifth, it just means you're a top player. But then we have the top ten top dogs, and you get a hat for that, and it has to be only the top 10. Sorry. So I'm wearing all this get up in the set. I'm a San Francisco 49er. A long time following Joe Montana. I got into them around 1987, 88, around that time. They had won two Super Bowls by then in 81 and 84. It was the Bengal one, I remember, and also the Denver one when they won, and then they bet the Chargers. I was very confident and just hammered them. Steve Young beating the Chargers MVP as well in 94. And then, that was Super Bowl 29. They didn't get to a next Super Bowl until 2012 and Super Bowl 37. Baltimore Ravens, I thought we beat them. I had the better record overall, but dodgy play. We lost the ball in downs later on. They took a safety. They got the ball back. It was just, it was so demoralizing. There was a power outage. And there's not, I remember I was in the clock, not the clock, but the tavern. Not sorry, I was in the Lantern, Knox Street, and at the time was Niall Richardson running it, and a load of people, Baltimore, and anyone who was a New England Patriot, they would be supporting Baltimore, an East Coast thing, and I was only 49. I was devastated. Lose that. You're waiting like 18 years to get back, to the bowl, and then in 2019 lost to the Chiefs 20 points to 10 up. They do the celebration in the fourth quarter with about 10 minutes left. They do the celebration, and then they conceded three unanswered touchdowns. And that was it. That was so deflating with Mahomes. I thought we'd burst Mahomes' bubble, and he's gone on since to win again. So we'll do a little bit of a Super Bowl. I was there at Spurs, working at the event, but was able to see most of the match, loads of the match, because there was very little to do. Once the patrons went out to watch, all we had to do was set up, and once that was done, it was just about food. Within minutes, they come in and out. It's pretty okay. It was okay. So without much further ado, that roundup. Let's share. Let's have a look now. The live FPL is down. Can't get on it. So I'm just going to probably do something, pick a couple of people to pick on. Pick a pocket or two. Gotta pick a pocket or two. Oh yeah, I want to show this is where you can get us Vince Wega, the top dogs, FPL top dogs. So happy enough, like some good views and just a check-in, all things FPL and the Christy Nicholson Pub Fancy League. We also have the Kirkclap Memorial if you finish fourth in the Christie, and the King of the Travellers, a classic head-to-head. And there's a trophy at the end of the whole lot. So obviously no more people can enter, but very proud of our community. But I've been really, suffering this FPL stuff really. Last year was a disaster. This year is probably not going to end up much better, but we'll keep plugging away. So as I said, getting rid of Haaland in game week 8. Obviously, I had him just as the normal player with Morris. He who had the double game week couldn't pull through and get the extra 20 I needed. I was really, really, really hopeful of clawing back about, getting really up into the top 30 of the Christie. Maybe even the top late, 29, 28, 27, something like that, but it just didn't materialize. So can't complain too much. I have been taking hits nearly every game, -4, but like from 4.45 is 4.5 million, so 1.3 million knocked off in 2 game weeks. But there's an awful long way to go, and it's just mud, quicksand. Very hard to 441 points. Just squeaked past the 10 million, which isn't great. It's definitely a dip, and nobody's talking about this. People are saying, where have 1.5 million players gone? And I'm going to be one of them 1.5 million players probably next season. I'm going to keep the Christie going. I don't mind. Somebody I would nominate like Mark Phillips, the Oracle, to do a Christie under his account, to do the Christy Nicholson, the King of the Travellers, and if you can, because I just want a bit more. The whole thing is just stale, and like it's I played the Sun Dream Team stuff, and it's just brilliant. Your player doesn't have to score, and he's getting points. The more effort he puts in the game, the more big chances he creates, the more tackles he does, the more the more assists, the more obviously assists, but there's lots more in it for your players. And if you can nail the players like an Eze, is just unreal. Doesn't score an awful lot, but I know he takes penalties, but it's not quite happening for Palace this season. He's injured now, so Elise is still injured, and they just have no bite at the minute. On that dreadful 0-0 with Forest, okay, but for me, like it's kind of blowing me here, and you do rubbish for. It's not just me doing rubbish, but loads of the scouts are doing rubbish. As is about the same. Before this week, he was about 3.2. As there's loads of them. A million. Sam Bonifield thinks about 600,000. Okay, there's loads of like there's another guy called Sonaldo. He's the South Korean lad. I think he's from South Korea. That's on Scout. And Praz. Praz is another guy. You guys who are in this, that you know who I'm talking about. These guys are stuck, and they still have the Haalands and stuff, and they're humming and hawing. But I've clawed back to a word about Praz's and and it's really hard. Now it's very, very fine. I'm talking like a 40 points, can get you into the top million possibly. So it's very, very tight. It's still slightly early days. Definitely game week 9 onwards, guys. Everyone's going to play the wildcard in 10. So everyone's going to have, Salah. They'll probably have, Haaland fixtures will come better. And everyone have Watkins. Diaby will be there, Cash will be there, Trippier will be there. Everyone will have their dream team stuff. That's the problem with FPL is that you can get all the best players you want. And that's why I've been taking so many hits this season because I can get anyone I want. I'm just looking for someone with a bit of form. Now, you could have Watkins and kept him all the way. And I know Rory, the Mission Harford, he had Watkins, he kept him all the way. And it's come good for him. He got the 20-point odd, the big haul. But he was chipping away. But since he's been taking off penalties, um, and he's missed a few as well, people have kind of seen there's no value in Watkins, really, like he's not as good. The 8 point is an awful lot, 8 million is a lot, you know. So a lot of people will have these players. A lot of people will possibly have Shar. You can name that template. I'm guaranteed that someone will have Matoma will be back. Estupiam from his injury will be back. I've already mentioned the team. So Watkins definitely, Haaland will be back. Um, Possibly Alvarez might be dropped from that. It might be a 3-5-2 again template. It's just so bog standard, boring, and everyone needs two Arsenal. Everyone, like, I guarantee you, Gabriel's price is going to rise. Defo, I'm getting Gabriel, and I'm getting Saka back. Saka, Odegaard, or Martinelli. One of them I can afford. I'm going to save all my transfers until 10, and probably play three, take another -4 to get three guys in, so I can cover the wild carders. Um, I've done my wild card, but I'm happy I did because I got on all these guys. I've took the price. Trippier's gone up in price. Madison's gone up in price. Ward-Prowse has. Son has. Salah has and will. Neto's gone up in price. Watkins will go up in price. Rodgers will be 8.5 million by game week 10. Telling you, it's just crazy stuff with Watkins. So I'm just happy I played the wild card quite early. 8.1, okay. So, but I mean, my prediction he'd be 8.5 by game week 10. So, enjoy that. And Villa, West Ham, all the Claret and Blue Boys, Arsenal, Brighton, and then City when things ease off. They've had a lot of away matches. They're all going to be the guys you'll want. So I'm not talking about getting Haaland back, not until game week. I will be getting him back in game week 11 when he's got Bournemouth. That's I've got Alvarez. I'll plod on with him. I'm a bit worried about the Champions League stuff. But he didn't play. He came on and he done well against Leipzig. So happy enough for that. But Pep is a bit of a bitter, like if somebody puts in a bad game, he gives them another one just to confirm. It's a bit like crypto. You need to have two candles before you can confirm an action. So he waits for a couple of performances, and then you think you've had a good game. On the third game, you got an assist, and you won the game. But the two before, you haven't done anything. You're blanked. And Champions League final, he didn't. He missed loads of great chances, and he celebrated that as if we all know. But it had to be Rodri in the end to pull City out of that one. So Pep knows all this, and Pep, and they've lost three now. They've lost 3 games. They've lost most of the games that they've played without Rodri. So that's to go to show how important. So I think Pep's a bit like that, and people say, well, why has he dropped him now? He's scoring. Is it because he reads the last few games and he takes it all into account? And if you're below that point threshold, whatever is in his head, then you're getting replaced by Doku. And look at Doku. Doku's numbers have racked up really, really well when you compare it over Jack Grealish's first and second seasons. So nobody's safe in that City team. Mahrez didn't like it. Sané didn't like it. De Bruyne's injured, but he was getting dropped before he got injured. And nobody is, Gundogan probably got sick of it in the end. He's a captain, brilliant player, winner all round. He's gone. So I think that's how Pep runs it. Nice guy, great, yeah. But there's something terrible going in the back of his mind in regard to players. And great manager, great tactician, great coach, but he is ruthless. And that's what you have to be. We've seen it under Alex Ferguson. We've seen it under, any winner. Only thing I would say is Wenger wasn't ruthless from Arsenal. He won them titles and he was very protective of his players, and he backed them all. And seriously, that's the only exception I can think of. Um, so yeah, so I've left Anderson on the bench. He had 15 when he scored that winner against United, and now he scored 6. So that's 21 on the floor. And I had Robertson. I think he got 0 against Tottenham. So that's 1 point versus 21. So I've lost a 20 point. That's where my 20 points went. It's just, I'm done with it, mate. I'm telling you guys, after this season, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to go out in style. I'm going to pull out all the stops to get a top 10 top dogs hat. And I know you guys are going to go on it, and I do a good job. We have WhatsApp groups. We help each other. We make sure no one misses a deadline. And thanks to you guys reading your reviews, you get my opinions and thoughts and da da da. So you got everything in your favor. You got the whole Twitter to look at. You can just tune out from this stuff. I just love this thing too much, but it's too much. When you love something too much, that's when you have to let go. You have to let go of it to ensure that you're not addicted by it. And that's where I'm at with FPL. I'll keep this thing going, but I probably will palm this off. Um, um, I think I'll keep my account. Okay, maybe I will just do the leagues, do whatever, and have a dummy team. I'm not taking this thing serious anymore. Like I was talking to Rory on Saturday night when we're out, and say when you've won this thing once, the pressure is off. I've got it twice. Loads of people, the pressure's off really, and that's where I'm. The pressure's on everyone else who hasn't. If you can win it just once, to win just once, so that would be enough. Um, I was just thinking, Mayo to win Sam, 49ers to win the the Vince Lombardi Trophy, or Spurs dash Man United to win the title. And I'm thinking right now, Man United to win the title would be just mind blowing. Um, to kind of go back to those days in my head growing up, and then winning the treble and winning all before them. Amazing, all them titles. But it's a legacy, and you think with United, it's only going to be like like a Leicester thing, the flash, and then you go back to what Pep's done is build a legacy and a dynasty, a lot like Alex Ferguson and the setup, and there's a total 100% sustained legacy in there, in place for even when Pep goes. They know what sort of guy they need. They need probably Arteta. Perfect. Is beating the master. The Jedi's apprentice has beaten the master. 1-0. It's like I think it was deserved. Second half, Arsenal, if anyone was going to win it, they got lucky with Kovacic. Could have been sent off. I know, but not a great game. But this is worrying signs for City. So that's my thoughts of where we're going and all this and that. So like I think I'm gonna roll, unless okay, lots of people will do their wild card even now. They could play it for game week 9. They can get on their guys before rises. There will be changes over the next 2 weeks. Loads of people will go up. People might just do the wild card now, confirm who they want. Going forward, this team, I totally 100% love this team going forward. I'm going to back Areola. Now he'll be my dude probably until Christmas. This is the only game I think West Ham have that's anything I was worried about. I should have probably played Areola. Obviously, he's got 1 point. Okay. I played the other dude, Trafford against Chelsea, got hammered and he got 0. So it's a much of a muchness of which one, but I'd be a point more. But I love West Ham's fixtures all the way because they always do well against Spurs at home anyway. But that area is my man until listen, even United, you can throw him in there for that. He could save points there, so I think he's my stick and fix. Look, his price has just gone rocketing up as well. Is he? Is I bet he's not 4.2 anymore. Yeah, well, he is, but he won't be. He's meant to be going up tonight. Look, Robinson's been an absolute baloney job. Once he got the assist, I think did he score? Um, he's just done nothing. And I got him in ahead of I was worried about a price change. The price change went up to 6.6. I got him before that. And well, I think over the course of the season, he will outperform Anderson. Just this only sort of realization. Don't know what I'm doing here. Look, it's Newcastle away. I fancy Newcastle. A lot of people would be getting Isaac in now. He'll go flying up. It's just so absolutely predictable and absolutely revolting. The whole FPL community. It's just that Isak's done well now. They're all gonna go on him. Oh, Watkins, Isak, and Haaland now. Oh, Alvarez is black. It's total childish bull, right? And I'm done. I'm seriously sick. So I'll have my account for next season, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to random pick, right? And I'm sticking with them. Random, very little transfers. I'll transfer out um, someone who's injured or someone who's suspended or whatever. But I'm not going by fixtures, form, or whatever. I'm going to be massive passive from now on. So let's do an experiment. Next season for me is an experiment in pacifism, which I'm going to be a casual player. I'm obviously going to check on this every week, keep it going a bit. But someone answered the phone. Um, so yeah, so we can't really do anything with the live FPL. We can go into the leagues. Sorry, somebody's needs to answer the phone, I think. Let's have a look here. Christy Nick, yeah. 49th. Wow. Wow. I've broke the top 40. That- Oh, so Jack Malone has retook the top from Neil Carney. You know, what can I say about Jack? I wouldn't say a protege, that would be actually, derogatory really. Jackie's kind of seen me and the league and the guru stuff and the whole concept of it as motivation to be better, and everything that Jackie's done is by his own mind and volition, and he's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We'll go into Jackie's team yet. I concentrate. Neil took a bit of a blow this game week. It's a massive bang. We'll have a look. Sean, sniper little day. Congrats, bro. Very, very well done. 63, unreal. Having a great season because he's been down for the last few seasons, and it's just been probably where I've been. I've been down there with him 3 seasons ago, and we crawled up together all the way nearly, um, hand in hand. But yeah, it's great to see a few of them. John C. Halbum. See, I've been warning people about this guy for a long time. Brought in by Joy Neenan. Joy's probably a bit way back here. We'll see. But two of them are good friends, and this he's really differentiated himself from Joey here. Last season, John used all of his chips, and he maintained really amazing play to finish where he was. It was unreal to have basically nothing to play on. No wildcards, no nothing. Done brilliant. Fergie, great gun was. Wow, it's the great guns in fifth. A great start. He was leading it for a full season a couple of years back. And then bang. Um, but yeah, look, I think you need the experience as well of a competitive season, and then it all clicks. You know, the mistakes people on benches, the people do a lot of learning. Oh, that phone is still going. Owen Cunyon there in sixth, Luke Walsh in seventh, Backstreet Moyes. I love it. I love that. Well done, Luke. 55, good stuff. Duncan Hannon, wow. So this is a bit of this is great stuff. Duncan has crawled himself up there and he's hanging around. His striking zone, former winner 2018. Not too, sure, wouldn't you die to be in his position? 18 points, 26. When Duncan has a season like this, everything he does turns to absolute gold. He's had probably 2 or 3 seasons, and he wouldn't mind me saying it, but everything he's done has turned to absolute copper. Codology. It really is sickening some of and it's just totally like a kick in the teeth every season. So he probably know how I'm feeling the last 2 years with this thing. That everything you touch turns. The more on it you are, the worse. The worse. You need to leave this game. Go on Twitter. Do your 5 minutes before deadline. Copy what everyone else is doing. Do that for a few months, and you'll get your rank back. Rory Harford, unreal. He, as I said, he did captain Salah, so he's flew up the chart. I'm thinking about 60. I'm happy enough with what I got. 56 minus 4, 52. It wasn't too bad, but it's a lot of these mid-30s. A lot of people captain Haaland, I suppose. There's a lot of people that haven't done. For instance, we're going to Duncan's team. I bet he's not captain Haaland. I bet he's been on like a Madison or something. What's he done? Well, he didn't. Salah, sorry. So yeah, he's done a Salah. It's probably very prudent to still have Haaland, but if you're in the position he is, I wouldn't be going all in and getting Haaland out because he's in such a good situation in the rank. You know, he's not too bad. Was he 669? That's fine. He's in great striking position. Great. Look, Neil was top 52,000, I think, or 30, something like that. Rank last week, and then he dropped quite quick, one bad game week, but it should average out over the season. But that's brave, very brave call anyway. Brighton away, people are thinking they'll score, but Liverpool will be very worried to get that bad call at Tottenham and then a draw. It's just really, and then it's the international break and you can't do anything about it. And then we're all back to, it's like a game week 1 vibe because you're not sure who's coming in, out, or whatever. That's the problem I have with this internet. It's very hard to get any momentum or any sort of, form-wise. People have form, people get demotivated, people didn't get called up for their teams, or something's happened in Brazil. For instance, Richarlison's had trouble and Pogba's have trouble with people, ransoms and this and that. It's all crazy. It's actually dangerous for these players going home back to their home country sometimes. And now we have the AFCON, which is this year, which is devastating. Again, it's a total. This is life, I know. Like, at least we know about the AFCON, and we'll be all off the Salah train. After that, like one year I stayed off Salah and didn't even get it when he came back, and that's what nearly won me the Christian 1 year. Nearly won me it. Just couldn't get to Joey in time. One more game week. Let's have a look. So yeah, this is Dunk's. Look, okay. He missed a few sitters, didn't he, against Arsenal? That's a bit of an unlucky one. He won't like that, Duncan. Share, okay, yeah, he scored that world-class goal the other day. Udogie is, well, it's meh, it's this good standard player. Who are people looking at? The other one, Paro, is the one that everyone wants, not the Udogie. Paro looks good. But they all Spurs, no Van de Ven and Romario pops up. So their defense is really chipping in. Madison underwhelming a bit. It's not his fault. He set up a couple of, like Richarlison is. I'm done with this guy. I don't care. He needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I think he needs to go. He needs to. I don't know where I would recommend it. Probably Germany, because Harry's ripping it up there. I think he'd do well over that somewhere. I don't know really. It's just not clinical. Um, I don't get it. He's a Brazilian number 9. What is this guy? He must have the smallest feet. He must have size 4 feet. He can't get a shot off. He can't touch a shot in. Um, no. I'm a bit frustrated. A lot of people would be frustrated with Carlson, especially because, I had Madison as well, and Madison could have got another couple of assists and another more bonus points. Son's been done as well, but he's had shots and they're weak, and Tottenham were very selfish against Luton in the first half. They were looking for goals themselves, and they tried to, and that's what you get if you're not. They need to learn teamwork, pass the ball to the better player in the better position. I mean, and that's where you just get the first goal in or two, and then start looking for your 3 and 4s. And in that game, that too, I'm they're very lucky to get away with that 1-0. But would I go captain and Son at home to Fulham next week or the 2 weeks or whenever it is? Um, I don't know if you can trust Son, especially at home, because like his number 9, it was alleviated by Sheffield in that 2-1. It just doesn't fit there for it's Burnley. He got the load of goals. It's only Burnley. Burnley have been rubbish. They're conceding like a Betty. Vincent Company is going to be absolutely out of a job at Christmas. He could have had the Spurs job. He turned down them. He got above his station there. He turned down the Spurs. Could have had that. Now look at Spurs. They're not looking at Vincent Company. He's playing this fancy Dan football. Oh, look at us. We're Burnley. You're not. You're not United, Burnley. I don't care. Um, if he can Vincent Company stay till Christmas, I'd be shocked. If the way this is going, Rooney's back now on the Prem. I mean, he could be back in the Prem, but Birmingham City and what's the Tom Brady wants him at Birmingham City? Like Jesus, he's left DC United. Um, no, he won't go to Burnley either. But yeah, it's only Burnley. I should have known that Son thing was just the Burnley. Um, but I'm still happy to have Son. Don't get me wrong. We don't know who's going to take penalties. Madison, Son. It might even be Madison. So it could be Paro for all we know. Um, Bissouma. The less said about that plonker. Now he's a great player in midfield. He's been brilliant, but it was just a leave of a total brainless job there. Like diving, cheating. He deserves it. He deserves it. If you cheats deserve. They can't. Maybe it's his fault, and he's out for a game, and we'll see. Spurs, okay, they'll have someone to come in. Okay, I suppose Oliver Skip will come in anyway for sure. Replace. I think Spurs will be okay against Fulham, but they're a proper sort of team. They've got that 3-1 win at home recently, so they should do okay. And better not take them lightly, Spurs. Yeah, so Duncan, a chance on Edward. Sarah's there. Duncan is Spurs fan, as you can see. Um, okay, no Son. Bowen, okay. Bowen is streaky as well, a bit like Son, but his numbers have been really good this season, constant. But I just like the other dude, Jamie Ward-Prowse. I just think there's so much potential. Frees, corners, and penos and everything. He's great price. Bowen is a bit more expensive. Saliba, fine, but I think for me, I definitely get in the cheaper version of Gabriel was brilliant. Seriously, like I'm seriously getting him. I hope he doesn't rise in price because I lost 0.2 million over Gabriel and that Saliba baloney game week 1. That's been a myth off. And if I just done the Saliba thing, I'd have at least 1 million rank more throughout, and it wouldn't have demotivated me knowing that people who were, just on it a bit more and watching Andy's stream, they got the benefit. We didn't. the early. Can you imagine getting team news on a Friday kickoff when Arsenal are playing on Sunday? How would you bloody expect that? So yeah, enjoy your little thing, price rise thing, folks. It probably won't come back to haunt you. Sour grapes. So we could go down forever. Well done, Dunk. Rory Harford, yeah, he's gone into the Salah again, the two panels. Done his wild card. He's on a few good price rides now on the upside. I see everyone's Haaland and the Alvarez. I'm gonna still stick with them, but I'm gonna keep an eye on the European thing. I'm just kind of hoping Alvarez will kind of alleviate a little bit what Haaland's doing. And could I possibly captain Haaland against Bournemouth on game week 11 and not even get Haaland back and just go with more, keep faithful with Arsenal, Villa, and a bit of West Ham. July, I got my West Ham stuff. I need to get my Villa stuff. Alex Moreno, people are still keeping an eye on, but he's got cash in early. That's big price rises. Diaby is fine. Yeah, and Agahi, of course, on the bench there. Chukwuemeka and Taylor, I'm not sure about these guys. Don't like it. Don't like the bench. Great game week. 60 points. Good work. Good week's work there, Rory. Carlson thing is it's just and Trippier that's an issue as well. I think Rory has a few things. I am a bit shocked now. Rory's not gone with Trippier. I'd probably rather have. I tell you what, I'd rather have. People wanted Son in, I know, but I'd rather have a Madison and a Trippier in that team straight away. That's I would have them mandated for sure. But that's just me. Anderson now has flown up in price now. It's a shame now I just wasn't bold enough to go with him twice. That's a regret. But again, I'm just hoping. I'm going to keep an eye on this Robinson Anderson swing and see who in the next few game weeks, because Palace's games are really going to swing soon to the downside. Kevin Kilbride, a shout out for Kevin Kilbride. This 71 has propelled him up from something like the mid-30s to the top 10. So Donny Silvermines O'Brien, a little shout out on WhatsApp group. So just have a good look at how Killer did it now. Kevin Killer, Guru Killer Kilbride, that's the name there. The Killers 11 and Dopes. Yeah, I like the Dopes. It's a really male thing. You dope. You were an awful dope. 71. Free hit. Oh wow. Wow. Oh, oh God, above what's going on here? Turner, okay, in thing. So he's definitely onto something here. Trippier, Romero, brilliant. Madison, Son, okay, that's just ouch. You mean Son, it was the perfect chance to really. I could have been nearly up there with him if Son didn't enter. And the Salah thing is frustration. Foden's fine. That was a good call, but Pep is going to lose faith in Foden pretty quick. I'm telling you, it's a shame for City, to let someone like Cole Palmer go. I don't know what's going on there at City. I think something's going on. The media is not calling Pep out with this stuff. I'm not saying it should be a hit job, but there's too much, skeletons in the wardrobe in City here. This Foden thing is not working out. Isaac, what a call! That's the call of the day. That is, nobody's got Isaac. He's got him in. He's probably squeezed him in there. He's got a Trippier, brilliant stuff. 2-2. Liverpool scored 2. Salah's finally scored penalties. I'm shocked. I thought he'd missed one of them. Um, Cash Zuma. So it's a great free hit, but like, oh, I suppose it gets you out of a jam if you've got a lot of injuries and you don't want to take any hits. It's a 31. It's okay. It's a 27 point hit, on the messes. But for me, I would be keeping my free hit for either a massive double game week or a game week where there's a mini game, a mini double, or a mini blank week. Mini blank week, it's about of a 45, 55 call that I'd like to obviously bench boost in a maximum double game week, set it up with a wild card, obviously the game week prior. But yeah, I'm just having a look at the game week 7, what kind of propelled the free hit, and it would be interesting to see what that team would have done without the free hit. Okay, I just generally looking at this team, I think he would have, if he went with that team again, I think he would be only about 40, 45. So I think he's made about the guts of 30 points. Yeah, see, they lost against Wolves, Walker. I think they kept a clean sheet, didn't they? So no, they lost one. No, oh, yeah, 2-2, yeah. Yeah, I definitely, yeah, Trippier got a few. He wouldn't have captained Trippier there. He probably would have done Salah. Yeah, I think all in all, he's made a good 20, 25 points for sure by doing that. But it's a free hit, and it's about maximizing that chip. But it's worked out kind of. If that Son thing would have worked, it should have. But that sending off with that Basuma and that dive, it kind of, Spurs had to win ugly in the end. But yeah, that's the killer there. There's a good, well done killer, the Guru killer, because he done me nearly every time I play him in the King of the Travelers head to head. Anything more we need to look at here? Yeah, we haven't gone into the top. We're going to Jackie's. I'm only going to do about 2 or 3 more of these. I got no FPL live. I can't look at everybody quick. 508, our leader, 123. I think the Christy Nicholson pack, we've lost ground to the overall there because Neil was about 50k last week. He's gone backwards. So Jackie is the new top dog here against the overall. He's our top dog for game week 8. Yeah, Paro's the one to see. Jackie and Stevie Stret, they do the duo, the draft, and they know every single player, they know every single fixture, they know all the form. They are not afraid to pick someone. They don't care who it is, because they're watching form, chances, stats, and the whole lot. I am nowhere near that sort of, or inclined to be at that detail. But when you're a young'un, your brain soaks up an awful lot, and you can make these decisions. Trippier, brilliant. Okay, Moembo, people have to be making a decision. I've got rid of him last game week there. Okay, should do well. Next game week, Brighton. I got rid of somebody because they're playing Brentford away next week. Oh yeah, Burnley, yeah. Burnley, Chelsea. So they got Burnley at home. That could be a cricket score. Got a little bit worried about Embuemo there and Wissa. Fernandez, look, I'm not even worried about not owning Fernandez. United are just all over the shop, and there's just absolutely nothing about that team in midfield. Okay, folks, the whole thing went off again. Problem with problem with the Wi-Fi again. Same thing happened last game week. So just within 5 minutes, just giving Jackie some plaudits here. Look, He's still got good fixtures, Bruno Fernandez, so I can see why he's got him on. Madison, better call than Son, but could have been so much more. Ward-Prowse is fine. Zhao, interesting still sticking with him. Nobody knows. Ferguson, Welbeck, or Pedro, or Fatty, nobody knows. I think Brighton are going to lose their way if they don't stick to a solid team. I think De Zerbi is trying to. Oh, he's definitely overthinking it. You need to have a solid, a clear indication, and the players are just going to get miserable and confused and depressed, not knowing whether they're coming or going. So there's good stuff from Jackie. Won't dwell too much here. Marsh from the other day. Great. But yeah, I think it's time to get loads of everything in there. Like if you're a draft player like me, I've got the Corey in. I want to get Garner, and to be honest with you, loads of people have like Embuemo, Fernandez, Ward-Prowse, Madison. I don't have any of these in my draft team, so I have to go for Ollie Parker's or Ollie Palmer or Cole Palmer, sorry, Cole Palmer's or Garner. I like the look. I like the cut of Garner, so I might take a punt on him. Um, do that. Maybe you go back that way. Quick look. What happened? Why did Neil the 35? It must be a Haaland thing. Must be a London thing. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mustn't have put the couple of pence in the meter. But I suppose we get the drift anyway. We get the drift about the league, and I just don't know. Okay, well, let's have a look at a few photos anyway, and we'll cut it off a bit short. Just can't get any sort of Wi-Fi connection in this house. Wi-Fi it's meant to be good. I see it's got 5 bars, and it's just too many people that live in the house here with me. I just don't know. Right, let's have a look here. I was a bit miffed off, I'm just totally miffed off of Madison, Anderson. I have all these Son, Trippier, Salah, Watkins. They're all predicted to go up in price again before game week 9. Of course, that's in 2 weeks' time. Everyone in the wildcards will probably have all these players all the way up, and it's just boring. So have a nice life. That's what I say. Is just have a nice life. Enjoy it. It's more to life. That's myself and Rory Harford there in the Park Tavern in Tollington Road. More like I would say Islington rather than Haringey. Haringey would be social with Tottenham, but this is more like Arsenal side of Finsbury Park. So quite switch, not far from Holloway Road. And congratulations, Rory Harford. And winning the Christy Nicholson for 2023. It's myself presenting it on the night. Ireland bet Scotland by a massive score, 36-14 something. Well done, Rory from Lutsk. And yeah, we see that Rory's climbing in the overall now. I think he's 11th or whatever. I can have a quick look. This is Ross. Okay, Ross is a Dublin lad, but lived a long time in Kildare, grown up at school there and moved back to Dublin as well. So, he's a good lad, very interested in joining us next season, folks. He'll give it a go. Himself and Rory will be the Dublin Mafia. Okay, so it's their job to do what they do. Okay, that's the in the faltering fullback there, folks. After a few Zambucas, so good stuff, Rory. Ross there. 118. 118. This is a name from now. The first thing I saw was 118. Telephone number. Yeah, so it's Ross 118. London, yeah, I went to the Tottenham Stadium, was doing work there in the premium suites. banqueting and London games. Just a few pictures. Buffalo Bills versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, of course, myself. That was a picture from the premium suite. Inside, just unreal. The whole setup is just phenomenal. British flag, American flag, all the tannoys. It's just, it looks, to me, that looks like an American football. It really does. And this sort of wavy thing as well along there, I've noticed as well. It's really cool. It's unreal what they've done. And uh, this pitch, the NFL, the American football pitch kind of draws across. So the grass is underneath this. So it's just unreal. I just saw how they were able to take away the color of the bills. They washed it out using this machine. It's unreal. Things started to fill up. It was the Buffalo Bills home game. Yeah, that was earlier on. A few close-ups of the players as well. Yeah, and that was the kickoff. That's the ball there, and it's the man that's going to punt off. So they're not punt off, but this is the beginning of the game. It's just a nice picture to get, full crowd. There's a few videos and stuff I have here, of course. Try to get a close up of the Jacksonville Jaguar quarterback there. I can't think of his name. Is it Lawrence? No, just a good picture restart. I was able to grab all these while I was still at work. Just nice to get all this stuff. That's the end. At the end of the game, yeah, Jacksonville Jaguars here, Buffalo Bills, and the next series that I'm scheduled to work at Tottenham is the Baltimore Ravens versus the Tennessee Titans. Okay, so that's the next series. So I think Tottenham have won the right to show all of the American football games from now on at Tottenham, not Wembley. We saw that the Jacksonville Jaguars last week they played who did they play? At Atlanta, the Atlanta Falcons. They won that game out something like 21-11 or something, 5. So they came to London, a lot of the fans said 1-2, and they're coming back to America 3-2. So they love the place. They just seem to know what to do. And of course, their owner, Mr. Khan, owns Fulham. So I'm sure that he doesn't want to, send these precious Jacksonville Jaguars over to Tottenham as I can't see it. It's got to be Wembley for them. But now I don't see any American football team moving to London now after Spurs getting the contract. So it's Christian McCaffrey, of course, scored 4 touchdowns the other day, and the 49ers have beaten the Dallas Cowboys now to go 5-0, I think, for the season now. Yeah, 5-0. They're unbeaten. Hammered the Cowboys yesterday by about 40 points. This is the Cowboys, like this is meant to be all right. We'll see. Any latest news? Beating Man City, great for Arsenal and the title race. That's Alan Shearer loving on Arsenal. Kept Tottenham top of the league on goal difference for the international break. That will go to Tottenham's head. I know what Tottenham fans are like, and it will go to their head, the team, the whole lot. And a few injuries just don't have. Like you got Richarlison, no Harry Kane now. There's just not the strength and depth of Tottenham. A few injuries, and it's a few defeats, a few downers. I wouldn't wish it on Tottenham. I'll be going to the games, but I just seen it all before. I really have, and this could be the season for Arsenal, but they have to take the league serious, number one, and nurse Saka because I'll be getting him back for game week 11. Saka ruled out for England for us, so he's obviously gone to the England setup up Birmingham, wherever it's called, St. George's, and they've said no, you can go home, brother. And he missed the game as well. So, and Martinelli coming on doing well. He's also a bit of an injury, so Arsenal need to keep on top of their players. Like Trossard's out now of Belgium. He's not travelled for them, so they have loads of their lads now back. Get them ready now for their next game. Oh, I can't think from the top of my head who they have next. Surely gotta be somebody better. Somebody using the Man City and Spurs. I know they have I think they have Sheffield at home and game week 10, and that's why I want all my Arsenal back. Chelsea. Oh my God, that's going to be tough. Very tough. Chelsea are back in the groove now, especially defensively. Um, yeah, that's what I want. And Sheffield United, game week 10. I bet that somebody. Okay, Newcastle, tricky. Burnley, brilliant. Brentford, not too bad. Wolves, not too bad. And Luke, oh, no brainer. That's my uh that's my agenda now for the I know what I'm doing now. I've got a few green arrows and I'm gonna fly. So this is Neil's team. Look, I I have Neil the Nugget Carney. Sounds good. So I'm play. He's just um I'm not gonna go any further. Man City fan. What's happened this game week? He's captain Haaland. Okay, so people are starting to gonna get frustrated with this. So my 52 is 17 on a lot of people have done Haaland. Trippier is okay, but that team was okay one week and then it's rubbish the next. It's just this season's just so absolutely kick in the face. That was a great team for last week, and now it's a rubbish team. This team, Watkins got 20 points last game. Odegaard scored a goal. It was a penalty. Fernandez got a chipped in with stuff. Son scored a load. I think he scored a few, didn't he? The other. Matoma scored. This is the great game, and then you're thinking this will be okay for next week, and it's a bummer. Got the Ballyhaunis or the Brackloon. I'd say they're more the Brackloon colors actually. Um, Man United, it's not Man United anyway. City used to have a home slip, away slip. They had an away slip that looked a bit like that a few years ago, I think. Oh, it had the black and red stripes, didn't it? Um, yeah, it's a frustration. I think that's why you just let it go. Wildcard play. Oh my God. I have to go back to game week 7. A wild card. It's early, isn't it? Okay, it's gone. Okay. It played a wild card that's ouch. A bit like this. Oh, okay. Well, come on. For God's sake. No, everything is just slow and anything with this FPL and FPL Live is a bummer. I won't go into too much. We'll just get a rough idea. So that's Kevin Kilbride makes the top 10. Jamesy Lyons 11 is fine. All these guys all the way down to 22 are fine. 4, 6, 7 for Jarlath Carney, the Crumpet. No, it's not. He's not the Crumpet. That's Chicago. I haven't got a nickname for Jarlath. I just don't know what to do. I think Jarlath doesn't need a nickname. Jarlath, it just suits him. The name suits him. That's all you need to know. It's Ja. 37, Brackluniac. That's a Bracklunatics. A 4, 6, 7. It's within range. It's roughly 44, 45 points. So yeah, that's what I'm saying about Ja down there. In 22nd, Kieran Kiley's crept up a bit after having a bad game week. So all these guys are fine. Morgan's fine in there, 465 within 40. Jason Coyne's having a good season. Was a bummer this. Loads of people have had 37s this game week. It's just the team that's got the 37s. They've captain Haaland. Nicholas Lohman from the Royal Albert Hall has had a good game week there. It's unreal. Like even that, down to Connor Hussey here. Ado and Solo Fitzmaurice is okay. Probably Haaland crack there. Connor Hussey, he would have captained Salah. He's I'm taking a risk. Yeah. -4, 60 points. He's made a load. It's 2.2 million. That's all that gets you. That's God. of 2.2 is just so depressing. For me last season, it's just got nightmares of 2.2 million. Pickford, yeah, he's finally come good for our Ross Common number 5, Connor Huss. Salah's, yeah, that's obvious. I I love the look. He's got a bit of everything there, but that Guevara, whatever how you pronounce, he's just been it just seems to be Walker or anybody. I don't fancy any of the City defenders until Stones gets back properly. And I don't even trust Stones when he comes back. I'm not touching him until he's got 10 games under him. Oh, then he get injured then, and then that, yeah. I just not going on. I can't see myself getting any City defender in. Um, I'm off him for a while. I might even not have him against Bournemouth. That's too much. That's too much of a risk again. I think at the most I've got like game week 9, 10 without Haaland. See where I am rank wise after that, and if I've got back another million, I'll get Haaland back and try to fight it through the 2 million plus and see if I can. I'll have all my chips back. I might have the nose to get top million. And then we'll see where we go from there. But Neto, really happy with Neto. Got him in early. Loads of price rises. What's he done now? What's his price? 5.7. Wow, that's amazing. So I'm really happy got him a 5.5. So I've made some money. I've been making lots of money. Bowen, fine, okay. You've got the West Ham. I like the West Ham double up. Rashford, the way people are going on, they're convinced he'll never score again. And that he needs a lot of United fans want this guy on the bench for a while and give El Stupido a goal down the left. Like just just give us Scott McTominay for God's sake. I want Scotty back. I want Scotty to start and stay in that team now. He is the heart and soul of that club. I'm telling you, he's the spirit of United in him. So I think is Alex Ferguson's wife. I think it was her birthday or something, and there was some special event prior to the game, and it was looking like absolutely terrible 1-0. And to actually get an Alex Ferguson type win in Fergie time, and to do the 2 goals for Captain Scott is just a legend. And I I just really hope that Ten Hag just gets this and just doesn't shoot himself in the foot all the time. Um, I don't get this anti-Scott McTominay stuff, and even anti-Fred stuff from a lot of the fans. But then again, um, being kind of a Spurs fan in a way, I'm very touch and go about that. Uh, there's some players you just hate and despise, and you want them out, and you can't stand them. You ever, it's like you got an emotional baggage of absolute bile and in your mind because of this player's playing, and it's a whole downer the moment you see that or them or whoever. We all know that the FC Mora, AS Mora guys that played that night and all those other nights in the Conference League when we could have had a good crack of winning this thing. They've just stumped the whole house on. They were beaten by all the second-rate stupid idiots all over the Europe, and they're a disgrace. I'll never ever, and they're the reasons why I don't do Spurs anymore. They're the reason, and do you know what? They're not playing. Eric Dyer's not playing. Lloris is out now. Thank God. I don't know where. I think he's a free agent. Nobody wants him. And the other dude, Slippers Sanchez. I'm not saying anymore because they're not even in my universe now. Um, Harry Winks has got a lot of abuse. They didn't go into the Harry Winks thing so much, but they were laughing at him a lot. And he's ripping up the championship at Leicester, and they're going to be back. They're 10 points ahead of the third place in the championship, Leicester. And Ipswich, the only team just trying to keep on to them. And Ipswich doing well. Well done, Ipswich. Well, this is Connor's team. I love Connor's team. I think he's well set up. I think that Guvardola, he's not starting half the time. He's conceding. He doesn't look like he's going to score. But man, he's keeping faith with. Is he going to take price deductions, which is a myth off? He's lost loads of money with this Moamba thing. A lot of the influencers lost like 2.2 million already with this joke, and he probably could lose another 4.2. It's just such a cruel, stupid game, this FPL. It really is. Estupian, he probably will drop in price. So having these guys is losing team value. Okay, it's fine when they come back, but you could have saved yourself 2 or 3 million, and it could, you know, and then you got to keep them when they're playing and scoring and doing well. Then you're hoping the price will go back up and you get your money back. But it is a lot, especially game week 30 onwards, when you want to be doing another wild card and you want to get in a guy good guys and the best team you can get to go big in the last eight. That's when it makes a difference. This price value. So, yeah, good stuff. Cons in a great situation, and I love it. 4-5-3 is fine. Okay, it's 55 off. There's nothing. It is very tight. I'm looking at Connor and a few other joining and 29th. He's still in a fine position. The same with Connor and Nicholas Lohman and Hughie Carney, all these guys, Fitzy, Joy Fahy, the face man's here. All these guys are fine. It says 37, but what's the goal here? The goal here is to win the Christy Nick. And everyone here is more or less 50 points down. Or 50, 58 in most of these cases. Where's myself, for God's sake? I'm 49th, 4-4-1. I was 80 points down for a load of the time, nearly 100 points down at one stage. So the 4-4-1, 60, okay, 68 points down. That's not irretrievable. I think at the minute anybody can win the Christy Nick. I'm a bit more hopeful about this. But in my last season, I'm going to see this as my last season doing the Christy Nick in a competitive way, because next season it's going to be, as I mentioned beforehand, I'm going to go all out this season. And if I can get, oh, look at this, Diarmid, the big friendly giant. Look who's above you, bro. Not just, but mate, Guru's nightmare. How dare you? You need to get a clip around the ear for that. The Guru's nightmare. Yeah, you're not. We're good friends, bro. We're good. Well, apologies again. Internet's gone off, so I'll just round this up now. Thanks for thanks for staying with me, folks. Internet issues, of course, as always. So there's not really a lot after. That's a nice way to end the stream, really. Just above that Guru nightmare. How dare you? Yeah, Sean Shaky Hair. I don't think anything's lost, actually. I'm a lot more hopeful now. Of course, when you get into the hundreds down on the top, that's when the danger signs are really. So I'll take that. 41, 100 to be about 100 down. This is where it gets, like Cahill Carney losing touch there, 406. This is Officer Huxtable here in South Dakota. We have a 406. I think a 406 is a speeding fine. So it might be 406. Could be even worse. I don't know. I'll check it out. We have a 406 partner for Cahill Crumpet Carney, the CCC. And that's it. That's the Christy Nick. 81 people. I have to admit that, okay, there's a few down here. Well, I know Cahill is a serious player, so he's not down there by design. Donny O'Brien is a serious player. Owen's fine. He's had to come back from a terrible game week 1 with Haaland. Diarmid, Christy Kilgore, serious. It's 41 point. I'm 40, so that's like 18 or so points. So if I can't rule myself out about 65 points down, I'm not going to rob Christy. But I really think that everyone here has still got a chance if they get their act together and try something different. I think it's only because of the Haaland thing that I've gone and that I've done the wild card early. It's actually, I think it's been beneficial. So Good stuff. Willie Nestor there, 52, 4-3. Me and Willie, I feel that the two of us have been kind of trying to kind of support ourselves up the charts. We both have very, very different teams. Probably don't have, apart from Watkins, I suppose. It's still stuck. That's a brave call with Lewin. I like that. I like that call. I really do. I think Calvert-Lewin is back to his best. A good 82 minutes. It's brave call. This is brave stuff. And William the Hitman Nestor, he will get it right. He'll have some of these crazy, amazing good game weeks that he had before. Sterling's brilliant. Kept the faith in there. I like Sterling. I think he's going to be good. I think Pep or not. Sorry, Pochettino will get the best. He likes Sterling. Sterling's a bit of a leader of that Chelsea team. He's one of the oldest there as well, which is only young. I think he's like 29, if that. For Carlson, of course, he's a striker playing at a number 9 in all this. And Harry Kane's gone. Everyone was thinking this guy was the is it has to be in our teams, but I just think he's a trap, unfortunately. And Buemo should be fine for the next few game weeks. It's just had a few tough ones. I was right to get rid of him for this game week. I'm not sure I'm going to be right when they take on Burnley at their stadium in Brentford. Emerson, Trippier, fine. Mitchell, that was a good call. Going forward, he's William. Yeah, Ward-Prowse on the bench was interesting. Interesting to leave against Newcastle, I suppose. Lamsley is getting price rises. I don't know why. Kabore, I think anyone who's got Kabore now, including myself, we need to get rid of him before he drops in price. He will drop in price because he's not starting. He's out of the picture. And when people do the wildcards in a few game weeks time, game week 10, he's going to be dropping like a stone. I'm not taking any more drops. I'll have to figure out something about this Kabore. I really do. He's gone. He's done. Um, okay, so let's leave it at that, folks. I suppose a quick look at the yeah. Oh right. Okay, your man Neil isn't in the. He isn't in the King of the Travelers, so I don't want another one of these blackouts. Yeah, I'm talking about power outages and not getting internet outages. Yeah, I managed to win a King of the Travelers. What we do. Poor old Jason is the victim there. I feel sorry for you, Jason. A few good wins there for Tommy Cunyon there over Owen. A really close one against Joseph Lyons and Connor Keane. And Dylan Lyons with a win there against Knowlesy. And Joey Neenan taking out Jack Malone. That was the clash of the Titans there. Mark Phillips losing out to the Kevin the Guru Killer. Unreal. Kevin gets in these purple patches is mate. They're scary. The series. He needs to ride that purple patch. Keep the momentum. Faceman out in Australia, losing out to Pat Caulfield. Good young player. Brilliant. He's always there. Very, very consistent and dark horse. Adrian Starman Phillips losing out to Liam Herr. Christy Nicholson wins the grudge match against Han Solo Fitzmaurice. Former, I think he came second and third in the Christie for consecutively. When I won it in 2020, he came second, and in 2021 he came third. So good stock. Sujendra in Malaysia gets his win. The long dog Kylie gets his win against Cal Carney, the CCC. That's not a college football team. I play for the CCC in downtown Carolina. Willie Nestor, good stuff. Just all the prodigies taken out by the hitman. Nicholas Lauman is in from the Royal Albert Hall. My good friend, and himself and Bobby. They love their FPL. Taking out Dave Martin, who he missed out. He forgot the deadline, and it's his own fault because he was in the Gone to the Dogs what my WhatsApp group, and he just thought, well, I need to get out. There's too many messages. He got out, and he's missing deadlines. He still had Morris captained last game week against Tottenham. Namar should have scored, would say, or definitely that Adebayor, whatever his name is, Adebayo, whatever his name, he should have, at the back post. But that's he's got a 37. 37 seems to be the week everyone got done with Haaland. Great score. This is the game weeks you want. A 61 versus a 37. That's where you make the most ground in these sort of game weeks. Donny O'Brien gets a good win. Great start. I should have a quick look at Donny's team. I will. That's a James Lyons, the Mave losing out there to the sniper. Good game week for him. Fergie Great Guns Walsh, 67. And taking out the Chipmeister Nyler Richardson. Sean Shaky, Shake, Shake it, Shake, 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 Shake. Shake your booty. Owen Cagnon is the winner there. And Andy Cagnon there winning out against John Kelly, or double winner. And Jerry Freely losing out to Jackie Coyne. Jackie's doing okay this season. So that's the state of affair. Let's see the standings now. Trophy Sean Gilday, good start, 7 out of 8. And on Cugnon's up there. Sajanja. Hitman is well up there now, 6 and 2. Like in the American football. 1-6 and last 2. He's 6 and 2. Pat Caulfield. Okay, the draw there. I hate the old draws. I think that I don't think so. I hate the draws. Jamesy Lyons up there. So 15 play. Yeah, it's a little bit. So you need to win 3 and the other guy needs to lose 2. Yeah, and I'm way down there. I've just won my second game, but there's a lot still to play. There's 30 more game weeks. Who knows? But there's a lot of ground to make up. So 15, that's 5 games to win. And Sean has to lose 5 before I can get back at them. And that includes, will Owen lose 5? Will he lose 4? Will Sajendra lose 4 and I win 5? Will Willie lose 5? This is the problem with this system. Get into a rush. It's going to be impossible to claw that back. 441 points. It's not a bad total, so if I get to 12, I can nudge up a bit, but I'm not really this isn't really where I'm focused this season. So yeah, it'd be okay. We'll keep an eye on all of you guys anyway next week, and good luck with your teams, and thanks for sticking by us. And that's your night in with the Wegemeister, the Gurinator. Poorinator, very poor. Boss, we'll keep plugging away, I suppose, and get the season done. And I'm just gonna have a bit of fun with this stuff. That's why I got rid of Haaland. Just want to have a bit of fun. I've got 3.2, something crazy in the bank after getting rid of Haaland, and you know, 3.4 in the bank. Not bad team value, 1.6. So I got 1.8 in team value. I'll take that. 1.8 is not bad in team value. So yeah, I'll take that going for. I'm just going to have a bit of fun. I will get Haaland back. I don't know how I'll do it yet. I think Son will probably have to go. Keeping Salah till the end of the season. Might captain him next week as well. I think I have the captaincy on him but like all can change. We don't know. If anything happens over the international break, I still have Anderson to come in, and Morris. You never know. So I have guys that will play, except that Kabore. I'll figure out but it's not the most pressing worry. But as I say, so thanks very much everyone for joining us there. Someone's cooking. It smells good. It's like a chicken casserole. That maybe Kiev. Okay, folks, I'll let you go, and thanks for sticking by us. Give us a like, a subscribe, or whatever. And yeah, 2 weeks of at least we have the rugby to carry on with. I've got the American football. I'm gonna go watching a few games now, the highlights. Love it. The baseball's over. I'm delighted. Baseball is in postseason now. The team to watch out now for is the not Tampa, the other one, Baltimore. yeah, the Baltimore Ravens, did they win? But the Orioles, the Baltimore Orioles, they're the team to watch out for. They were brilliant in the American League East. Absolutely won over 100 games. That's very rare done. Then Boston Red Sox didn't even they weren't even a 50-50 team. That means that they didn't even win 50% of their games. They got won about 47, which is absolutely joke stuff. The Henrys and Liverpool, they're on a massive lot. They've had to sack people there in management. And they got a good young team, but they're just not consistent, and especially the pitching. Bayo isn't he's brilliant one night, and then we have some guy called Cutter Crawford, Cutter Crawford. Oh, I'm called Cutter, and I've got a great cutter. Yeah, I can pitch you a cutter. Gee, the only thing good about this guy is a slider, but that's it. Like any fastballs, they're home run. But they're only young and they're going to be better after this season. I'm sure of it because of the experience. But and that's the team to watch out for. The Phillies will probably be there somewhere. Who else? You know, I'm not really. I've kind of lost out with the baseball a bit now. I'm really in American football mode. It's coming up. Christmas is coming, folks. Christmas is coming. So take care. God bless, and see you in two weeks time. Um, sayonara.